Saturday, 74, I ain't handling that.
Right.
You don't look a day over 73.
74, good God.
Regardless, I got.
I can't believe
So
this.
kind. Hi.
I just cannot believe this.
When I was watching Frank.
So,
Like the boots.
yeah, thanks.
Styling.
All right, so what is?
But he got half of it. We got half of it for
Right,
the.
this,
Like it's those work schedule.
That is so funny.
right,
God, I can't believe that.
I just wanna get, you know, today's the third. So, let me see,
Well, now wait. So he gave us.
yeah,
What
first
did he
thing
give
in
us?
the morning, or when you got something,
Online, I did.
or you coming
Oh, this
in
is
late
from last time?
today?
No, I'm probably coming in early.
When the rant.
Trying to get things done. I'm open all day Thursday right now.
Okay, so, what time do you
Which
get?
I understand.
I mean,
but
do you
I-
like to
I
get
actually
there,
like
get,
food
I like to
trucks,
get and check any
but
email
I
and
think that-
Siri.
Okay.
whatever. You want 9
so,
o'clock?
9?
Right,
Okay.
but I was
Turn on
like,
do not.
Thursday
oh,
at 9 a.m.
They affiliated with one of the restaurants.
that would work too. You know, that way they could buy into it. But I do like the availability of it, and I know that the space by
And I'm also
on
available by
Longfellow, where
phone.
the farm market isn't being utilized.
I'm
He lives
sorry
in
about
50.
the crazy.
And we're gonna
text.
eventually get that developed, because they're supposed to bring in all the RVs in.
Ready,
Time.
Councilwoman Moore?
Yeah, indeed. Vote for on the 11th, and I'm
Mike
like,
too.
No, it ain't.
no.
But he sold his.
So,
Councilwoman Moore?
so that's why I was like, this is right.
She didn't hear you.
This is-
Councilwoman Moore?
And
Nancy, y'all ready? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call the February 3rd, 2026 City Council meeting to order. We're gonna have a roll call. Ward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and at large are all present. Gonna ask Councilman Smith, would you lead us in prayer? Sure.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda, or any agenda amendments needed. Okay, we're gonna move on to announcements. February 16th through 17th, city offices will be closed for the Mardi Gras holiday. February 18th is a Wednesday. It is our next city council meeting. March 3rd is the following city council meeting. And March 4th, we'll have a council workshop for the proposed zoning ordinance. We do not have any guests on the agenda, so we will move forward to our first public forum regarding agenda items. And just a reminder, there is a 3-minute time limit. Miss Nancy Niecase?
I think she should be on the last,
Yeah, she needs to be on the.
on the,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'll call you back up for the second public forum. We have Phil Seawright.
Just wanted to express my opinion about some things. I asked that the city council not pass any version of the new draft Bay St. Louis 2045 zoning ordinance unless it includes a new, more strict short-term rental ordinance. There is no ordinance or issue that deserves attention more than short-term rental ordinance. The original Bay St. Louis 2445 plan emphasizes the balance between transition to a tourist destination and preserving the character of established neighborhoods. To me, this means you can make these changes only if it protects the established character of the neighborhoods. In my opinion, our Bay St. Louis officials do not want rules or limitations of any kind on short-term rentals. We currently have the least restrictive short-term rental ordinance of any city on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's not enforced. It appears to me that our Bay St. Louis officials have an extreme bias toward rapid economic growth with no concern for preserving the character of established neighborhoods. There is nothing that damages a historic neighborhood more than short-term rentals and increasing the density of people in a given area. It seems to me that our Bay St. Louis officials think that have the maximum number of short-term rentals and changing our residential neighborhoods into mixed-use areas is vital to their plan. If this is the case, they need to change their plan, in my opinion. To go forward with this plan without preserving the character of established neighborhoods is not consistent with the balance mandated in the Bay St. Louis 2045 plan. The new draft zoning ordinance does not address the shortcomings of our present short-term rental ordinance. There is no mention of our present ordinance, 66908-2024. Perhaps they've dropped it with no replacement. It's not mentioned in the draft. So, the original 2045 plan emphasizes the balance between transition to tourist destination and preserving the character of our neighborhoods. Our present short-term rental ordinance also mandates preserving the character of established neighborhoods. I live in the first block of Carroll Avenue. I suspect everyone here knows exactly where that is. Its character is defined by low density. Most addresses have 2 occupants per address. 1 family per address sounds like the real definition of R1 to me. I don't know about everybody else. The exception to this rule of 1 family per address is 2 adjoining properties that are used as short-term rentals. These 2 properties with a combined maximum occupancy of 25 people were given permits to operate as short-term rentals. This density is not in alignment with a single-family neighborhood. They should have been denied simply on the idea that it's not consistent with our character. There was zero consideration for preservation of character.
Mr.
If a
Phil,
proposed short-term rental is
Mr. Phil.
not,
I hate to cut you off, but we do have a 3-minute time limit.
okay, I understand.
So thank you very much
I
for your
have
comments.
more proof of what I said.
Absolutely.
Thank you for hearing.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate everyone.
Do you have a copy
Do you
of
have a
that?
copy of that?
Do you have a copy of that? Sure.
If I have this copy, I can give someone.
Can you email it to us?
I can.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it to, I'll send it to Bob, but, I'll send it to Bob, but they're in the,
Bob Barber,
yeah, in the ordinance.
I read it to him this afternoon.
Okay, well, great,
Yeah.
as long as he has it.
One of the
That's where
points.
it goes.
Huh?
That's where it should go.
Oh, okay, that's what you wanted.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
One of the points was with Bob Barber's work, you know, you took input from all the residents, you truly did, and you truly put it in writing. And then after it's in writing, now when it comes to short-term rentals, it's being ignored. I just I want some action.
We will, so they have a couple people signed up on this agenda. So some of these, I believe, are pertaining to what needs to be on the non-agenda items. I have Ms. Marcy Dowson. Is the dredging, tree cutting, potholes, I'm gonna move that to our second public forum. I have. Perfect, that's what, it looked like they were some general concerns instead of agenda. Thank you very much. No worries. Okay, we're gonna move on, nobody else has signed up. We're gonna move on to our, minutes approval. I'll call for a motion to approve the minutes of January 20th, 2026. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo, any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carried 7-0. Moving on to our consent agenda. Is there any concerns, questions, need to pull anything off for discussion?
No, I had a question though. This, the, police, resolution for mutual aid. I get it, and I think it's good. But I had a question on the, background letter that Alvin, and his name, he's still listed as interim. I think we need to change that.
Stop.
That he's police chief. The background, says that there are, will also have other agencies assist as we did last year. What are these agencies?
They reach out to anybody available.
What does that
Federal,
mean?
Pass Christian, Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
What, they already have that agreement with,
Yeah, just
with other
whomever's
police
available, whether
departments.
it's alcohol, tobacco, they,
ABC would probably be the biggest one.
they're probably, yeah, they usually come, a lot of them.
I think they come invited or not.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
we have
the
no
Can't-
state sends them,
Yeah,
We have no.
and that's a
say-so.
typical,
yeah, it happens a lot.
I just don't remember seeing, I saw them last year, I don't remember, and I know it was a little, somebody was here talking about that, but,
Yeah.
I can remember them from when I was 18.
yeah, because you got busted.
As long as you don't remember from when you were 17. Yeah, but
Okay.
that's usually the ones that show up and all, some of them. Then they'll get some of the DEA or something, or maybe come help out, walk around with some of the officers. And if they, just.
Is there any criteria as to why the state would send them here for,
Underage drinking, maybe,
okay,
serving.
okay.
That's usually what they
I think
check
they're
and you'll
prone to
see.
go to big festival type
Yeah.
events throughout the state, and they have offices throughout the state. They have branches, and I think the one here is either in Gulfport or Biloxi. And I mean, they don't do just this; they also monitor alcohol licenses. They could show up. We've had instances that businesses around town were doing like a happy hour that didn't have their liquor license. They show up for stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm,
they pop in and out regularly for a bunch of
We've had
different
them at
things.
the Crab Fest.
Yes.
okay. All right, thank you.
Well, and Mike, just to that, to Nancy's point though, so I mean, I love seeing that there is potential reciprocity, both us supporting other agencies and then vice versa. Because I know in the past couple of years, we've been kind of all hands on deck on a couple parades, and I think all of our force is out there. So, but there's no guarantee whether it's what we can provide to other municipalities or vice versa, right? To what services they can provide. Is that
No, I
just
think we have an agreement with the ones mentioned, where they're gonna send some to us, but we also reached out to Pearl River County, Picayune, Poplarville, all those areas as well, Mardi Gras is probably a bad time asking for help because of so many parades up and down the coast from
Right.
one end to the other, but we usually get some help from them,
did we have this last year?
yes.
Okay. Did we get some support or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Alba could probably talk better than
Yeah.
anybody.
I think it's definitely needed just from what it sounds like the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No, they're
That's
usually
also
pretty
why-
good about it,
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
get the Gulf ports and all that, but we get them a little further up the line, that's away from the coast that has the same thing going on as we do.
Right. Okay.
Jamming out.
Anything else?
Only discussion I have is, I want to thank Mr. Riso for his years here. It definitely showed the need for the position. You've done a great job, We're gonna miss you. Thank you for everything you've done. I've known you way before you came to the city of Bay St. Louis, and you're a great guy, and you're gonna do well whatever you do moving on in the future. And I just want to thank you and tell you, we're gonna miss you in the city of Bay St. Louis, and it's gonna be hard to fill your shoes.
Yep.
Thank you for everything.
Part of the family.
Yes, sir.
I agree, and the short time that I have known you, you've been a great mentor. Thank you for answering every single one of my questions.
anything else?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented by Councilman DeSalvo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Moynihan second.
Councilwoman Moynihan seconds. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. All right, moving on to project updates. There are none. Nothing regarding, nothing regarding ordinances. City clerk's report. I will call for a motion to approve the docket of claims 26-009 dated February 3rd, 2026, in the amount of $439,395.97.
Motion.
I have a motion by Councilman Smith, and do I have a second?
Davis, second.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
Moving on to the mayor's agenda. You have anything, Mayor?
I do. Again, I just want to touch on what Josh said. I want to thank Mike for everything he's done the last 3.5 years. He came in with a lot of, I'd say, turmoil with the council and administration and different things and all, and has really stepped up and done what was needed at the time and all, and taken care of a lot of business, got us back on the right track and everything. And again, somebody you don't want, but you wish him the best and everything. And again, he's going to a great place over there. He'll do great things there. Also Friday, 11 o'clock, we'll do a luncheon at I think it's at the fire department.
Fire station.
So that'd be 11 o'clock Friday for lunch. So if you're not doing anything, stop by.
Okay. If there's nothing else from the mayor, we'll move on to council business. We do have an agenda item we will start with. It is a motion to, you want to discuss it a little bit first, Larry?
Sure.
Kind of brief us on it. Councilman Smith?
So,
Mini grant?
the America 250 Mississippi grants, they're called mini grants. And we'd like to apply for that along with the county as well as the city of Waveland, and join together to get that mini grant to have a fireworks display for the 4th of July. And basically, that's all there is to it. It's I think it's $2,500 per organization that we could get, and or even up to $5,000. And that way we could have a coordinated effort and maybe have our fireworks on the beach somewhere outside, so that people won't be, having a lot of fireworks inside the city. They can go to this big event and it would draw a great crowd.
Is there, I guess, I know it's still early stages of the grant.
Right.
Is there a location in mind right now, or?
No. It had been suggested at the city limits of Waveland and Bay St. Louis. And I haven't discussed it yet with them, but I would like to see it maybe near the harbor, where there's a lot of seating.
And parking as well?
Exactly, and parking and that type of thing. And that way people can watch it, because I think we had it there several years ago, and they had the fireworks at the very end of the pier that they were shooting the fireworks off, and everybody got to see it. Everybody had a great time, and it was, it was a nice thing, so.
I know they have Crab Fest is that weekend too. Might the congestion.
Right.
I mean, everyone will be there, but.
Yeah, that would be my only, then that was one of my questions on if there's been a determined location, and based on the logistics of it, if it is obviously on 4th of July, Saturday, you've got the Crab Fest, so it's already going to be pretty crowded down there. And so just to clarify, so it would be potentially each entity, so Waveland and Hancock County would each be going out for a separate grant for total of $15,000.
Correct.
And so, and you mentioned the $2,500 local funds, or you said 5,000?
Up to 5,000, I think.
Grant, he's saying up to 5,000.
Right, grant.
Up to 5,000 for the grant.
Yes.
Now, if it was at the location of the harbor, would it be, because I think it's you have to be at least 200 yards away from any structures? I mean, I would worry about the boats, though. Is that something, did you get some of the boat owners to move their boats whenever it was done there in the past?
No.
There's no issues with that?
For
I
New
think
Year's,
the
for
Pirates,
New Year's, they
I
don't.
think the Pirates shoot them on the south side of the harbor, and then the oyster drop we shoot on the north side of the harbor off the sand beach itself.
Right.
But then if you move it out on the water, out there, you can move it, you know, where you need to be, and you
That's
got
what I
all
was
the-
thinking.
you got all the seawall to sit on all the way through there.
What about the Washington Street Pier
Yeah,
out there? You can still
Yeah.
see it from the seawall and all, but it'd be away from all the structures and it'd
Right.
be a lot more visible, I think, from everybody around.
My only
everybody.
concern there, Josh, I mean, because you're looking at, I mean, there's not a tremendous amount of parking there, especially with the crab fest going on, and it being that close to, you got residential right there too.
Yeah, I'm talking way out
Yeah.
at the end.
But
Pavilion, but way
the
from-
traffic
by
flow, that's the
wall.
only thing I would think of, is how, where it is located.
Yes,
Has the county committed, or the city of Waveland committed to this yet?
City of Waveland has already, yes.
And have we heard anything from the county?
Not yet.
It seems like I've read something somewhere, and I just looked it up, that Waveland, yes, is planning a major celebration with fireworks for 4th of July at Buccaneer State Park.
Okay.
And it doesn't say here, but I remember reading something about $11,000, something, whether they got a grant or what that was. But
I don't know, I'd have to ask.
it's already, seems like it's already in the works.
And I think the one question I would have, cause it's the contributing up to $2,500 in local funds.
If needed, right.
If needed. You know, I'd hate to pull people from Bay St. Louis with the Crab Fest going on and bring them down to Waveland.
Mhm.
And I'd like to keep them here, cause, you know, the 2,500 I imagine would come out of the events account that we set aside.
Right.
But, you know, I don't want the events to take away from residents of Bay St. Louis, because I want it to be for them. So I know it's gonna be hard to come on and Waveland's probably thinking the same thing. St. Louis, I mean, I'm okay if we go in for the grant.
Right, this
You
is
know,
just a very
just for the
preliminary.
grant.
We just need to make sure that we
Make
can
sure.
get the grant and apply for the grant first, and then get the
Make it-
logistics
Are
laid
you
out.
locked in for the 4th of July? Would you be open like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day?
I think it's,
Any of that?
well, I think it was before.
That little mini grant is, you can apply up to March 14th, correct?
Right, that's
Or
correct.
15th.
And to Nancy's point though, so you mentioned that Waveland's already got something planned at Buccaneer, which seems like a logical spot. I kinda have the same concerns Jordan had mentioned though, if we're gonna be contributing to what's already been planned there for an
Yeah.
event that would pull away citizens from the city. Can we confirm that, Larry? Can you get with Waveland and see exactly what
Yes.
their plan is? I'd feel more comfortable trying to better understand that, cause I don't necessarily want to contribute if it's gonna be in Waveland.
Right.
So if the grant portion though, if we went out for the grant, that money, I mean, that would be contributing to the county, ourselves, and Waveland are all going out for $5,000,
Correct.
and we're gonna pull it together. I don't have any
That's what
issue-
I was, that's
I don't have any
initially,
issue.
that was our thought.
thought process.
That was our thought process. But if Waveland's gonna do their own thing, we can do our own thing.
Yeah, that's what
No
that's
big
what
deal. I don't care. It's just, I just want to make sure that we get this grant. because
grant
it's-
is for. Yeah, it's out there.
Right.
Does the Crab Fest, don't they do fireworks?
No, ma'am, they do not.
Not anymore.
No.
Might be a way to bring it back this year.
Yeah.
Celebrate 250 years. So,
Right. It's a biggie.
so should we start with going out for the grant, and then
Yes.
when we get it, have discussion about the 2,500? Does that
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sound good?
We want to do that as quickly as possible because these grants are going to be exhausted quickly.
Yes.
And this doesn't obligate us, say they awarded 5,000, there is no mandatory match, it's, you can up to, right?
Correct.
So there's no obligation to put any taxpayers' dollars whatsoever.
That's correct.
Yeah, say, let's get the grant
Yeah.
and then move from there.
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
have OLG apply for the same grant, and we can partner with them
Right.
during, after Crab Fest.
And any other discussion? If not, I will call for a motion to authorize the administration to submit an application for the America 2050 Mississippi Grants for $5,000 mini grant for a 4th of July celebration with fireworks in coordination with the city of Waveland and the Hancock County, or Hancock Board of Supervisors, and to contribute up to $2,500 local funds if needed.
Motion.
I have a motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second?
second by Councilwoman Davis. Any discussion?
Yeah. So are we partnering with Waveland and the county or not?
Well, that's gonna be, I just wanna make sure we.
Do we
get-
need to change the
Amend it to
motion
take 'em
is
out,
what
just
my
to allow
question.
us to go out further.
Right,
I think,
Go after the grant.
so it should be done autonomously. It shouldn't be done in conjunction, I think is the way.
right.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take out the in coordination.
Basically want to amend the motion.
Amend the motion, yeah.
Do we want to take out the contribute up to 2,500 local funds, or leave that? We'll just leave that for now. We can discuss it then.
Yeah, we can always discuss that later.
Okay, I will call for a motion to amend the motion.
Well, yeah.
Is that how that works? All right, call for a motion to amend the motion.
We'll just amend the motion.
Okay, we will amend the motion to authorize the administration to submit an application for the America 2050 Mississippi grants for $5,000 for a 4th of July celebration with fireworks,
There you go.
and to contribute up to $2,500 local funds if needed. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Okay, we're gonna move on to any other council business. Councilwoman Moynihan, we'll start with you.
I'm
No.
good. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, just quick, I know, y'all, after the last meeting, I know y'all went down Third Street, was able to kind of dig out and get some, did y'all find out what the leak was or what the repairs needed?
No, we, didn't find anything where it's infiltration going on, coming through the manhole or anything,
So just filled it?
just filled it for now and see what it does and just keep an eye on it there.
And so eventually, so we're still waiting on, I think Jason at the last meeting said we're waiting on some quotes on what those patchwork is, right? Have we gotten those in yet? So once we do, but the goal is not to leave it with limestone, we're gonna get that paved back.
I think they're gonna watch it here and then as soon, give it a week or two and then maybe go put asphalt on top of it.
Mm.
Right there, just, and let it go. I
Okay.
mean, just for a temporary, then we can come back and make a permanent patch whenever we get these bids in.
Okay, yeah, and once we get those bids, definitely wanna look at, cause there are other areas on Third that are doing the same, that was just the worst of them,
Yep.
but yeah, there's definitely some other ones along.
Yeah, that one, seemed like when they cleaned it out, did the pressure washing or whatever they do in there to line the pipes and everything, is when it started leaking, like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
maybe blew a hole in it or whatever, but nothing shows up on camera.
Yeah, okay. Alright, that's all I've got.
Councilwoman Davis?
I'm good.
Councilman DeSalvo?
Yeah, just 603 and I-10 lights. I'll send you an email on that too. They still out
Yeah,
all
they,
now.
who is,
The red light?
well, what's,
Big
what's the,
light.
electric company? Weaver and I was looking at that, they supposed to be out there working on trying to find, what they found is some broken wires going that's underground, under the interstate and everything. So they're trying to reroute some, electric to that side of the interstate. But Weaver's in the process of looking at that for the last couple of weeks, matter of fact.
Okay, good. Thank you.
And I think another stretch down through there is the same thing.
Yeah. there's another one. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's it.
I'm good.
I had just one thing. I knew Ronnie reached out to me, I think last week, and said that Dunbar Bridge, the little wooden bridge next to it, about the repairs maybe starting this week. Is that still the plan?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought they'd already done that.
Done it? I may have missed it. I haven't driven by it.
I'll check and see.
Yeah. But if it is done, thank you all for getting that done.
Yeah, 'cause I thought, one of the contractors did that for us.
Yeah, that's what he said. A contractor was going to do that.
Yeah, let me check and see.
Well, if it is done, sorry I brought it up, and thank y'all. All right. And then also, I just wanted to say, I have a phone call set up Friday with Bob Barber. If anyone has anything they want me to ask, feel free to send it to me, or if anyone wants to join in on the call, let me know.
Okay.
And then, that's all I have, so we'll move on to our public forum. For non-agenda items, we'll start with Miss Nancy Niecase regarding the gas station.
And Jordan, just remind people, there's a 3-minute limit.
3-minute time. I can't see this timer, so if someone wants to give me a heads up.
He laughing at me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it short and sweet because I know that y'all had nothing to do with this. It didn't come before y'all or anything like this. But I just wanna bring it to the attention of the city that the drainage that they trying to put in there, they should have put a drainage before they went. I have a 4-foot fence and the dirt is already over my fence and they haul in every day. So when I flood out, then I will be looking at the city, but they should have put a drain in, because we had that little bitty rain, maybe a week or so, that weekend it was really cold. They was out there with pumps pumping the water out of, so it didn't come to me.
Ms.
Ms.
Negan, I'm sorry to
Nancy,
interrupt.
they
What's this
probably
location?
don't know
I'm
where you're
sorry.
located at.
Okay. Yeah.
What this is the corner of 90 and
Oh, yeah,
Washington.
the address is 1083 Highway 90, Bay St. Louis, right next to Bailey's.
The gas station coming in.
I've been living on that corner for 74 years, and there's never
Tell
been
people
a
how,
building in the back. It's always been in the front, because after Katrina, they put a trailer there, they was gonna put a bank there. When they found out that that was too low back there, that it was a natural drain that runs through us, that it couldn't be filled in, they didn't build, they left. But these people come here, and they let them fill the natural drain in. So when it rains, I will be flooded.
Yeah, it looks like they brought a pretty good bit of dirt in.
Yeah, it's over my fence. I got a
Saw that.
4-foot fence.
It
and
caught
it's
my
over
eye
fence.
just passing by.
Yeah, but I know y'all had nothing to do with it. It didn't come before y'all. But I'm just here. I was told I need to bring it to the city council just so I have a leg to stand on when something happens.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there, from the city side, I guess, some code, or is that, have them look into it, making sure they're not?
Yes,
Yeah.
we found nothing to where it's wetlands or
Outside.
anything like that on any paperwork, anything. There's a retention pond in the back. They have the engineering for the drainage and everything done. One of the concerns is the height of it. It's in a AE zone, yeah. So they gotta build up to that height, you know, that's required by FEMA.
Might be 16.
We're meeting, I think it's Thursday morning, 11 o'clock. I have to check the time on this with their engineer and contractor and all to see if there's any way to bring it up, maybe get it out of that zone, or just bring it to where, you know, they can knock it down somewhere it's not as high.
Okay, so y'all are involved with it then?
Oh, yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. All right,
I am.
I know I am too.
But- Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nancy. Ms. Marcy Dowson, regarding dredging, tree cutting, potholes, and illegal culvert.
Hi, I'm Marcy Delson. I live on Lake Drive, Ward 5, and we've repeatedly requested for dredging back in the forgotten ward, and nothing ever gets done back there. I see that Ward 6 got all of their dredging and whatnot done, so the other thing I'm talking about is the ditches. The ditches are pretty much obsolete. They don't get done at all, and there's a pool of water that floods our entire neighborhood out right at the corner of 90 and Lake Drive, where it comes from Stewart and Blue Meadow. Yes, I'm sorry. The tree trimmer people, like, we usually have to do our own, which is pretty much I guess status quo for that area, the forgotten Ward 6. We pay for our own tree trimmers. The people drive by that are supposed to come and get the trees down that are in the street or that are falling down, and just like drive by them and just like, well, yeah, we all see them. So we go out there and we trim our trees and we take care of all of that. There's sinkholes on Lake Drive, there's potholes, a legal culvert that is across the road from 11096 Lake Drive that I have talked to Ronnie about, and I've called about it, all of that, and it's still like, if the guy didn't even ask for permission and brought a bunch of dirt in there and did a bunch of things, and so now it impacts the flow of water. So in the small ditch that we do have to flow down into the area, so it stops it and then it flows over into my area and wrecks my property. And that's an environmental issue, and I've been told that it was gonna be removed or whatever. So do we have to do that too? And then the last thing is there are two areas. One is at the dead end of Lake Drive, and there's a street back there. I guess there was supposedly a bridge at one point, and they don't do anything. My neighbor Doug DeCastro, who's up next, he has paid to have the street I guess, what'd you put down there? Asphalt? Oh, yeah. And he'll talk about that next. But yeah, we're legitimately the forgotten area. I don't know if it's because of our, because there's not many residents, but the out-of-towners. I think there's 4 people that live on my street that are there. But anyways, my 3 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Thank
All right, Doug DeCasio.
What she's. No, my name's Doug DeCastro. Thanks for listening to us. I live at 11186 Lake Drive.
What is that address?
11186. I'm a disabled vet, and I got an elevator in my house. I got a scooter, and but when I had the house built, they gave me, I put concrete underneath the house, and there's a dirt road. And they came by and they paved a bunch of roads about 4 years ago, but they didn't pave my little road. There's one fella, which I knew who he was, but he lives on Boudin Circle, and then he has another road next to him, and his house is way in the back. And they paved them roads. They're probably like about 600 feet long. I'm just asking for 150 feet so I can get it into my driveway, because it was literally probably 6 inches of mud when it would rain there. So I did actually talk to somebody when you go into City Hall, it's first on the right. He sent a guy, they came with a pickup truck full of some millings and threw them, but didn't do nothing. So one day I was down in front of the mall, they were blacktopping the thing, so I asked the guys to come look. I paid $1,000 and they came out, they put the millings down and spread them out for me, so at least I don't have to drive the mud hole, get in and out of my driveway up into my house. So, but yeah, things have gotten a little better. We see the truck comes with the crane every once in a while, and they turn around in the driveway, the road there that I had done. Everybody uses that road. Police, city trucks, when they come back there, they all turn around. They got nice places to turn around. But it would be nice. I don't know who to talk to, so I just came here that maybe y'all could give me some guidance on who I actually got to talk to about seeing about maybe one day getting that blacktop. Because the grass is starting to grow. I gotta get out there and spray stuff in the grass. And the guys that come trim the grass every once in a while, the weed whackers and the thing, they don't do the ditch behind my driveway on each side. They just come to the driveway and they hit that, but then I think they think it's my property. It's not. I would love to buy it. I'm gonna take care of it like I do now, but I don't know that fellow on the other side. I gotta get him to sign something or whatever. But that's basically it. Just that and lately we do have some little sinkholes starting to develop on Lake that would be nice to get them looked at. And that's about it.
Doug, just to clarify, so sorry, thank you for coming and bringing your attention. So the 150 feet is not your private drive, right?
No, it's a road. It's an abandoned road.
Mike, is that? Can you look and see? Is that a city? City street?
I mean, I would love to buy it.
It is, I think, and if
So that
we
means
might
it's not
be able-
abandoned. But it's not abandoned. I mean, if it's
not
abandoned, there's
but
not much we can
possibility.
do about it. But if it's
I mean, that,
No, it's
No.
city road.
right. It,
I can't tell if that's an actual.
Ruining Doug's lawn, like the mail was turning around there,
Lake
garbage
from
truck,
where you're
everything,
at.
and then, because you get stuck in
Okay,
the
so
city
this is him right here.
road. And,
Cedric Design.
he ended up having to pay
20
for
years
it
ago that
to
they
be
never
done. They
finished
don't
this
do any of the tree trimming, none of the
No, this
ditches,
is
it's
Lake.
all grown. He has to do it, and he only has one lawn.
I'm not.
And I also, my
They have
husband
gone
is
to
a
the neighborhood planting branches and everything.
And we're out there doing all this work ourselves.
Well, thank y'all very much for bringing that to the attention, and we'll work to see if we can get something figured out. And that's your,
Well, and can,
we'll use you to.
And we have turned in,
Oh, yeah, so I actually have one more. Is that Mr. John Benton? After Mr. Cliff, I'll add him to the list. Frank.
My name's John Benton. I live at 134 Carroll. Phil was up here earlier discussing issues we have with our neighbor at 128, 130. 128, I looked up their advertisement in Airbnb, and they claim they sleep 13 people. Okay. Now, they have what I believe to be 4 bedrooms. That's 8. I think you can have additional 4. Is that correct? Under the ordinance? Right, that's what it is. All right, and 130, we got 9 bedrooms. Right next door, 130, we have 9 bedrooms, which can sleep 18, and there's 2 dwellings, that'd be additional 8. So we're up to 26, 36, 39 people, okay? Now, I'm not saying that's every weekend with the cars, it's like a parking lot. I think you got my email, Nancy, the other day. I've contacted planning. I don't know if I'm contacting the right people here to come out and inspect it, take a look at it, and I don't get any response. I know y'all are involved with law and regulation, but I'm trying to figure out who does the actual enforcement of this particular ordinance. So I'm asking you, I guess moving forward, A, who do I contact to come out and inspect these properties? I doubt there's ever been a citation written. In fact, I know there hasn't.
Is there a reporting system set up for that, to where someone can make a report about?
It would just be the same
Just-
report on the
yeah.
city. I mean,
On the
this
city.
is, I know this particular home, it was registered as a VRBO. It is not registered as a VRBO. And I know that the planning department has been diligently reaching out to these people and discussing how to get citations issued and actually served upon the people to start doing something about it. So I know the police department was out there with the blocking the sidewalk. So I know there has been things done, but it's a matter of this will end up having to be in city court.
Okay,
So
but
it's
according to
not
the ordinance, if you're not permitted, then you automatically don't get a permit. Is that correct? If you're operating as Airbnb?
I can't cite it off the top of my head. I'm
Well,
not
that's
gonna
what it
sit here
says.
and try to,
That's all right.
then I'll
That's
take your,
okay.
I'll take your word for it. But,
So I guess my question moving
but they,
forward,
they were operated, and then I think they didn't, and there's this particular one, I think they claim to use it as their home. I don't know, there's all kinds
no,
of.
you go on Airbnb, they're on there.
They are.
And
I
if
know.
It's hard to find them though. It
No,
took
I
me
was
like a
glad you,
week to
I
find
was
them on
glad you
there.
did that legwork for us, because I
I can
know-
send you a copy of
That
it.
is, yes, I
I
saw
took a
that.
picture of it.
I did, I saw that today. That was one of the things that, that
There's
the
like-
city has been trying to track down, is to get
I
the
think it's like a
listing.
dark web Airbnb out there. 'cause
Well, and you know, I mean, you
you-
know this,
it
with
was very
Airbnbs,
difficult.
it's very, some of them do not show up, or they show up 4 blocks over from where they're really at. So it's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. So I always encourage people in situations like this, if you come across a listing, definitely screenshot
So
it. 'cause
as,
I think it even has
as a
the
neighbor and a
listing.
citizen, what should I do?
I mean, you're doing the right thing. It's being investigated, looked into, and they will end up in city court.
Okay.
so if they're permitted, I think pursuant to our ordinances, if they have 3 infractions or citations, then the following year their permit could be held from them if they're permitted. I mean, it does follow, of course, we do set those ordinances and administration enforces them. So I think, John, is your question, if you see this happening, if you see somebody parking illegally or on the street, what do you do? Do you call the police?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess maybe guidance there. I mean, if there's somebody that we know of that is
I
a
mean, you call,
short-term rental.
if there's a car parked on the sidewalk, you call the police department. And, I mean, I know they've been out there before, and
Oh, it's
they've made
been,
people
yeah,
move.
it's been chronic. I hate to call them,
it's,
you know, to tie them up.
But you have
like
to.
that.
I mean, the
I
best
know.
thing you can do is call them, because the best thing they can do, the more they enter it into that computer, the
Okay.
more they document it, the
That's what
better
I'm
off.
trying to do, get a paper.
When the city gives it to the city prosecutor, that's not me, but when the
Good.
city prosecutor has it, that's the information that they need to prosecute
right.
these people. So your emails are, they're all being documented, and they're all being placed in a file, and it's all gonna end up in the city court.
Thank you for answering that. Anyway, moving forward on the new ordinance comes out, I hope y'all look at that closely and how it affects the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we're the only ones with that problem, but ours is kind of unique though.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing
All right.
and making a paper trail behind it.
Thank you for
Sounds
hearing.
like you did a lot of legwork already, so.
All righty,
Thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Cliff, are you good with, what was your name, I'm sorry? If you can come forward.
Yeah, I live in the same board by Ms. Dawson, 02055 Bonnie Drive. And my only complaint, or what I need help with really, is the dredging. I know we've talked to people, I've had the city came out, when we built a pier, we just built a pier out there, and I've had DMR out there for some issues where there was some buildup 2 years ago with the aquatic vegetation. So DMR talked to me, and what we were looking at, they've been out there several times. We had a house on at the end of our canal. There's been new construction on both sides. Right across from our house, I mean, there's only 3 houses there when we bought that house 8 years ago. Well, they're right across from us, they built a house. So since they built those houses, when they came in, it's just continued to fill up the canal. And I'll say they're directly responsible for it. When I talked to the city, they did have somebody come out there and look at it. I don't know what went on after that, but the guy at the end of the street on the left-hand side, he moved here from Harahan, whatever. Anyway, he decided to do a DIY bulkhead, and that collapsed. So all that dirt, he was bringing in trucks and trucks and trucks, just flowed right in there. So what I guess my point is, my dredging issue is directly responsible for the people who built a house across the street from us, or across the canal over on Hollywood, and at the end, the 2 new constructions. I mean, some of it I'm sure is there because over a period of time, but these, if you go out there, I mean, I could tell you when we moved there the first 3 years, nobody had problems with their boats getting in and out of there. Now we can't even get out. And so I don't know how y'all address that, how you address it with whoever did the construction there, but I would say, in my opinion, that's directly from the construction, the majority of it. And now there's a lot more houses in there. We can't get in and out. I mean, we can, but if there's any fluctuation in the water, not like it was even, 3 years ago, Gina? It's all been 3 years when these new constructions started. So I have to point the finger at them. I don't know how y'all address that. If y'all could come out and look at it, or just send somebody out there and dredge it. I know there was some funding going on. I don't know the specifics of it, but it really needs to be dredged, I guess, is my main point. But the other point is when they're building these houses, nobody's out there following up with all this that's coming in there. I mean, I know they came out there. I see the city comes out there all the time. I applaud them. They're riding up and down. I mean, they called me about my pool, my pool door. So I know they're out there. But I think that's one of the things is when people are building there, these directly where I'm at, the canals are getting filled in. But who's out there talking to these people? Who's out there? Hey, you just built this. Especially the guy that did the DIY bulkhead that busted and all that came in. Then they came and put another one. I mean, you can just tell. And the other, y'all know what I'm talking about. We all live here. That's what's causing it. I'd just like some help if y'all could come out there and dredge it. Or however this works. I mean, I can call the Corps engineers. I've talked to them. I got nothing back from them. But I know the city did come out there, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And what was your address again, if you don't mind me asking?
2055 Bonnie Drive. We're off Paradise Lane, off Mole. By Kane. You got Bonnie, Hollywood, and
Mobile and Kane.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Cliff?
Good evening.
Good evening.
It'll be nice tonight. First, I want to apologize for those of you I offended 2 weeks ago. I can tell you, nobody left here thinking everything was okay. And that was on purpose. I deliberately made some of y'all and a whole lot of other people very uncomfortable. I'm gonna tell you, it's human behavior that when you're comfortable, tend to be complacent and less likely to want to make change. It's also human behavior for most people to avoid conflict and even avoid being involved in things. Self-evident, you guys just all ran for office. What percentage of the eligible voters actually showed up to vote? People, by human nature, want to back off. I'm one guy that's gonna push. This is regarding the proposed P&Z ordinance, and for the most part, you as a city council inherited this. And I will say this, I wrote these notes, and in discussions I've had this afternoon and this evening, some of these things have already been addressed, so I appreciate that. Y'all got the ordinance about the same time you got the invoice. I've been told that it would have been a violation of the open meetings law to allow you to see that ordinance ahead of time. But I'm gonna ask you this, if that's the case, how can y'all have an executive session that public's not in on? Something don't add up there, guys. There's no reason y'all didn't get to see that ahead of time. The current ordinance that was in effect today, not the proposed ordinance. It needed some work, no doubt, but I'm gonna use a football analogy. Mr. Jordan can appreciate this, I know. The existing ordinance would say at about the 70-yard line. Not really terrible, could be improved. We wanted to be at, say, the 90-yard line. So a contract consultant was hired to rewrite the ordinance with input from the Bay St. Louis citizens, we were told, in an effort to move us in that direction, to get us, say, to the 85-plus yard line. Then, with some minor adjustments and reasonably short time period, we could get to this mythical 90-yard line. And that short comment period that was initially advertised, because somebody anticipated very few comments would come in, that would fit that scenario. You got to see what was being prepared at the same time you got the invoice for the work. The proposed ordinance for $80,000 has moved the starting point from the 70-yard line back to about the 40-yard line. Not exactly what you as a city council were expecting, and certainly not what the citizens of Bay St. Louis were expecting. We've got more work to do to get this new ordinance straightened out than if we had just made adjustments to the existing ordinance. I'll use another analogy, and I'm gonna lean on my Mr. Josh DeSalvo because he's got broad shoulders. Josh installs swimming pools. He gets an order to install a swimming pool. Details get worked out. Pool gets installed while the owner's away on business. The day the owner returns, Josh shows up, show him the really nice pool, and give him the invoice. Owner looks at him and says, "That's a really nice pool, but it's in my neighbor's yard. That isn't what I asked for." Do you think that man's gonna pay? Another human behavior trait is that nobody likes being told that the results of what they've done and put effort into is not the results that are acceptable. The contractor, Orion in this case, isn't gonna be happy when they're told that their work is unacceptable, or at least not what we asked for. But just like the man who contracted to install the pool, that man's very unlikely to tell Josh, "Well, that's okay, I'll pay your invoice and I'll just do double the work to fix it."
Jordan, 3 minutes has been up for quite some time.
I'm sorry, 3 minutes is up.
Okay, well, that's why I gave you
your comments.
Well, just to clarify though, the invoice was not a privileged document, or it was in the public agenda packet, correct?
It was in the agenda last time, yes.
Yeah, in the packet okay, so I just want to clarify. So we had that information prior to, and it was in the public agendas packet to be able to view that.
But you got the invoice same time you got the proposed order.
I think it was the one following meeting.
Yeah.
It was yeah. I think it was the following meeting we got but nonetheless, get your point.
Thank you, gentlemen, lady.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cliff. Not to make light of what Ms. Cliff said, but talking about football and being behind the chains, it was 3rd and 93. one time we Google it, it come right up Louisiana Tech football. So we had a block punt. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but happened. Okay.
Nobody telling you false. Nancy's telling her age, you telling your false.
Y'all went for it on fourth down?
No, we didn't. We should have.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, we 3rd and 93. I think we ran the ball the next play. Okay, nothing else in public forum, attorney's report?
I will check your emails tomorrow. I'm gonna send you guys out an update. It's just really more procedural in nature, so you will get that. Check your inboxes tomorrow.
Perfect, thank you. All right, no need for executive session. I will call for a motion. Any other comments? If not, I will call for a motion to adjourn the meeting of February 3rd, 2026. I have a motion. Motion by Councilman Smith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Holmes. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Meeting's adjourned.